A Super Bowl champion.
The Green Bay Packers have won the Super Bowl.
The Packers' all-time leading scorer.
A game winner for Mason Crosby.
It's time for the Mason Crosby Show with Mitch Nellis on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network. Powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook and on the free Odyssey app.
That's right. High noon and welcome to May.
Nice, Mitch.
My name's Mitch Nellis, a.k.a. Thunder. Tommy Wirtz here. And the all-time leading scorer in Green Bay Packers history, the Super Bowl champion, and the best dad in Tennessee, Mason Crosby.
It's gonna be me. Oh, gosh, I love that. That's exactly what I needed this morning. Just been running around, got to the show, ready to go, guys. Like we're going to talk a little bit about this Kentucky Derby, which Molly and I are doing a little Crosby's crew after the show.
Ooh.
We got our mint juleps ready to go. We got the roses. I think we got some wine, so we're going to be doing.
Is it breathing already? Do you have it open?
I have it. I have the white wine being chilled and the champagne.
Yeah.
So we got. Yeah, I got the whole process. Relax. Yeah. This is my first.
Slow
rodeo.
down,
This ain't his
Poppy.
first Derby.
Yeah.
All right.
This ain't my.
Oh.
You know, I like. Admittedly, I'm not like a huge Derby guy.
You're not Aaron
Like,
Rodgers.
No, I don't know. Some of that show stuff isn't always my space, but I do think it's really fun. I mean, it's cool, the history and the tradition of it all, but we'll get to that later in the show.
For sure.
We got to talk about this Brewers team, right? I mean, that's what we got. We got to talk about Packers rookie mini camp.
Yep.
A weird face
Going on right now.
Chase Claypool is there?
What?
Like, what's going on?
I was shocked. I think my jaw hit the floor
when you saw that name.
He hasn't played football since 2023 in the NFL.
That sounds
So
right.
he can come back as a rookie, like in these camps. Like he only played 4 seasons, right? Like
Sounds like a rookie
Remember
to
when
me.
the Packers almost gave up a second-round pick for that guy?
no.
That
Was
was
he
Think
good?
about if
Was
they
he
get him
good?
now. What if he's like good to go and like you get a guy like that? He's 20. He's about to be 28 years old, and he's only played 4 seasons in the NFL.
That's
so
crazy.
It's a weird deal. Yeah.
It feels like no one rode the coattails of I made the NFL harder than Chase Claypool. Like
Exactly.
I can't believe he's only played that long.
Yeah, that's bizarre.
Guy's a beast. I mean, he's a
he's
physical
something.
specimen. So we'll see. Yeah.
What's he been doing?
Got his life
That's what I want to know. What's he been doing?
What's he been doing? He's probably he's got to have UFL stats, right, or something like that.
Or
Did he-
UFC.
or
Like maybe he's been fighting.
That'd be cool.
Like that would be
awesome.
him and
It's kinda
Mike
cool
Silver
storyline.
just
Maybe
hanging
he's-
out in the dungeon.
Maybe he's been riding horses. Maybe it was maybe he tried out the Derby for a second.
Maybe-
Just realized he was a little too tall.
Maybe he
and
was
couldn't get it done.
unfulfilled. Maybe he's trying to find
Wow.
that fulfillment.
Maybe he's a
again.
golfer.
You should have
Yeah,
called
maybe he's
Scotty.
gotta-
You should have
he
called
tried the
Scotty.
golf route.
I just have to start it off light because Brandon Woodruff
We haven't started
yesterday.
it off lightly already. So
Well, no,
Yeah,
no.
exactly.
We had to because
Okay.
if we're going to talk
Oh.
about yesterday's
Yeah.
Brewer game,
That's what we needed.
Brandon Woodruff got hurt on the show yesterday with us. The Brewers ended up having a fantastic game on the offensive side.
Bill Contreras had the best box score of the year,
It
basically.
was a
okay.
triple away
He's
from
decent.
the cycle. Our parlay hits. Nice
Yeah,
job,
it's a hit.
gentlemen.
Yeah,
Good
yeah.
job. In like the
Thunder's $13 richer.
I mean, in
For
like
real.
the 4th inning.
Yeah.
I mean, there was no sweat.
Right, it was
from,
done.
from right away. We were all over it.
Yep.
First time the Brewers have hit 2 home runs in a game in 2 weeks, almost 3 weeks.
So Sal Frelick just a baller now? Like
No,
just-
he's like, I will hit solo home runs totally randomly. You will
that's
never
it,
see
just
it coming.
random.
And I will fall down to a knee. Tommy and I were talking about this yesterday. We both hate it. Right?
You
it's-
hate it. Okay.
Well,
You can't fall down to a knee every time you swing.
every time he's swinging as
Like,
hard as he can every
right.
time he swings.
Right.
It's Carlos Gomez
That gets it
going
going.
on.
He's going to tear his ACL swinging.
Yeah, it is a problem for sure. But if he's kind of caught a little bit of fire as of late, and if
Little bit, yeah.
they need homers, and if Sal's going to have 3 home runs already to this point this year, we'll take it. I think
Yeah.
as Brewers fans, and
For
they
sure.
needed that victory to get the series win, get them on track. The Diamondbacks, no joke of an organization. I mean, they're doing well over in the
For
NL
sure.
West
Yeah.
right now. and the Brewers need to keep pace with this NL Central at this point. Reinforcements come back on Monday. That's what everyone's just holding out.
That's what we're saying. Yep.
Churio and Vaughn back on Monday, hopefully.
Potentially.
The estimated return. They'll be back next week.
Yes, definitely back next week, whether it's Monday or whenever day it is. Contreras, Turang, and Garrett Mitchell all tied for 14th in the National League, all with 20 RBI. Yeah. 20 RBI, and what have we played? 30 games? So we're about a fifth of the way. So all three of them are basically on pace for 100 RBI.
Yeah, that would be solid.
And Bowers is 19. Bowers is right there with 19. So they got four guys who are really filling up the stat sheet and should only get better. I mean, Bowers' playing time may go down a little bit, but these guys should only get better with the infusion of Churio and Vaughn. And again, it leads us to the sadness surrounding Brandon Woodruff and what is going on there.
So have we heard anything? I didn't follow up any. I know
Contreras talked after the game, and he said he noticed something was a little off with his velocity during pregame warmups. But it wasn't but he still came out like we talked about yesterday.
Yeah, he pitched well.
20. I mean, he struck out two of the three guys in the first inning, and he's mixing things in and using some deception there. The Diamondbacks would have caught on.
Yeah.
At some point, and it would have become batting practice if they kept him in there. But we haven't heard any results of MRIs or big picture things. He still says he felt fine, something was
he's
wrong,
not hurting, right?
But he's not right.
It's
not it's not like when you see a guy get hurt,
right?
Yeah, right.
I think that's tougher, mentally, where you're just I don't know how to reach back and get any more out of this, it's just not there. That to me feels tougher than, all right, there's restriction. Something hurts. You can identify that and then go attack it. It's scarier for a guy like that because then you're just can he keep pitching in this league if his arm's just gone, right? It's where do you fit in? Do you fit into a different role? Could they move him out of that starting pitching spot and he becomes?
I don't know if that's better though.
Because then you're coming in, you're throwing 85, and it's
right. When relievers go up and down. Murphy after the game said he doesn't feel like he's injured. He said, "My arm's dead. Nothing's coming out. I think we just have to be really cautious here." He did not talk to reporters yesterday, of course, because he had already left to go get the MRI. And so we're just kind of waiting on results if that'll be pregame today or if they're gonna. This could be a conversation where it's Murph and Matt Arnold and Woody and his guys. And this could be a couple day long discussion before they really decide what the best course of action is moving forward.
Crosby, when you hear comments like that, you were talking about it a little bit on the mental side of things, but just from an injury standpoint, if it's just not there, that does scare me as a fan more than, there is something, the shoulder doesn't feel it today. The elbow's not feeling it today. As opposed to, I'm giving it everything I have and it's not there. That feels like a much bigger problem from an injury standpoint. I know I'm glad he's not in pain, but still that
harder
feels
to identify then.
If your arm's just dead, that feels like your career could be then too.
Or you just need to rest for 2
weeks.
Or
you just need time. Yeah. Right. It could be as simple as just man, I'm just not where I thought I was, and I just need a little more time, right? That to me, that's the hope here is they go in the MRI. There's no significant damage, nothing they feel like they need to do surgically. And it's all right, we're going to go back into rehab strength mode. We just clearly need to get this, get you stronger in some way, whether it's, in his lower body, pushing off the mound, or if it is in that shoulder, in that area where he had surgery. Do we just need to rehab this a little bit more? Let's put you on the IL. Let's get you back in that rehab space, and let's give you, 10 to 20 days to see where we're at that point. In my mind, that's it. If you didn't throw it and it's something ripped and something's bad, that's where my mind goes. But as a player, you're gosh, I've done all this rehab. I've reached, I've gotten to that 92 to, wherever this year. Now you're I don't feel like I did anything different. What do I need to do? And So they'll circle up. Luckily, they're playing at home. I think that helps. That would have stunk if you're on the road, right? And you get this, and then you got to fly back. You're doing all these checks. So I wouldn't be surprised though if we didn't hear really a ton of information about what's going on with him until after this Diamondback series.
So Mitch Nellis, now if Brandon Woodruff expected at least, I mean, at minimum, he's going to miss a couple starts,
You would
right?
think. You would assume.
Priester, maybe some point this month gets here, but probably not.
By the way, it's May.
Yeah,
it is May.
In case you're wondering what month it was.
In May.
Yeah, it's May.
I'm just saying he'll
It's going to be May.
He's going to be here maybe by the end of the month.
He's going to be here in May.
Right.
I'm just keep going.
Just keep it going.
You want to see Logan Henderson, don't you?
You know me.
Yeah,
I love Logan. I love Logan.
I'm
a huge Logan Henderson fan. I want to see him go 5-6 innings. Even if he's struggling, I want them to let him work through it and not pull him early like they did in his start earlier this year. 414-677-1250 is the Nicolay Law Talking text line. 414-677-1250. Thoughts on what Brandon Woodruff should do. Thoughts on if you were Brandon Woodruff, what would you do? And thoughts on who do you want to see replace him? Because I am on record. I'm a big Logan Henderson fan. I think what we saw, especially last year from Logan Henderson, shows that he has not just the physical makeup, but also the mental makeup to succeed at the major league level. We've talked about this a lot over the past year. I feel like guys who maybe are AAA stars and maybe quadruple A guys, but not quite major league guys. Yeah. I think Logan Henderson could be a major league guy just because he came up for 3 starts last year and was lights out in all 3 of them. And this year he was so in his 3 2/3 or whatever they gave him. He's been lights out back at AAA. I think he's ready to go. But you're right. We're waiting
on the verge.
We're still waiting on Quinn Priester. And before all that, before yesterday, right? I think we can all agree Quinn was going to take Sprout's spot.
Yeah.
Like that seemed to be the way it looked like it was going. And maybe Sprout was going to go into the bullpen or back down to Nashville to stay stretched out and to stay a starter and stay ready for next man up. But now Quinn can just come into the starting rotation depending on when he's ready and how many starts. I mean, listen, if Logan comes up and starts 3 games,
you got to bring Logan up at this point.
I think he's got to be the guy. And I know they have Gasser, and I know they have Crow, and I know there's other guys, and I know Drowan's ready. I mean, Drowan looks like
I was just gonna say Shane Drowan.
He looked great yesterday.
Shane Drowan might get the starts. He might. I do think,
and I don't hate that either.
I understand.
God, how bad are the Red Sox?
Yeah, that Red Sox trade
they
might
give
go
up
down.
2 lefty starters for Caleb Durbin and Andrew Monasterio.
There is a possibility that Matt Arnold made his best and worst trade this offseason in the same offseason in his tenure with the Brewers right now. Because Serpa, whatever happens with him, like that, I know Isaac Collins isn't doing anything. I'd rather have Isaac Collins than Greg Jones up with this team right now, I think, as a member of the Milwaukee Brewers.
Probably Greg Jones.
I also...
You know who I really like, though, which was my pick for the hit? Tyler Black.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yep.
How great is he doing filling in for
great.
For Yelich and DH and like kind of stepping in and just, I mean, I love what he did yesterday. His bat is hot right now.
He is hot right now. I also will say that he's going to have to be worked into the lineup at some point too while Yelich is out, it feels like. And when Vaughn comes back, it sucks to think that you're going to have, to find some way, or there will not be a way to fit Bowers, Vaughn, and Black and Sanchez
Can
all
Black
in the
play
lineup
first, or is he just DH?
Well, he's been DHing because he is just not been playing well on the defensive side of things. What I will say is that we looked it up yesterday, right, Mitch, where he's played everywhere in the infield other than shortstop, really, but they haven't played him anywhere other than first
really
base.
Since 23-24.
He played second base for Canada in the WBC.
Interesting.
He played second base for Canada in a couple games. And so now
why aren't all right, I'm gonna go. Can I take a left turn real quick?
Mm-hmm.
Why aren't Brewers fans? Why aren't we louder to rank to short someone better at second than Joey and just solve it that way? Like with Joey and Hamilton, and now Renhefel's gotten better.
Yep.
And Renhefel's hot at third base, and that's great. But like, why aren't we Now we know he's a platinum glove.
Do you think if
at
you
second,
put Terang at shortstop though, like
is he a Gold Glove guy? At
there's
short?
no way you could you afford him then?
Well, there's two things.
You put him at
Crosby.
shortstop, then he's just
but
like
you can't.
there's
but
no
you have
way
him
you
for the
can
next
pay
3 years anyway.
Sure, also true, Mitch. But those
True.
are the two. These are the two scenarios I have in my head, Crosby,
Okay,
and you
all
hit that one right there. If they put Terang to
Mason, you're so
shortstop,
smart.
will
Yeah.
they price out
You know,
of
the
Bryce Terang? And they're trying to hold
business
out.
side.
Yeah, they're trying to hold out on if we keep him at second base, maybe we can get him for cheaper. The other thought is
Fair.
Cooper Pratt's going to be ready this year, and they want him to be the shortstop.
Cooper Pratt's not going to be ready this year.
I
don't think he is.
I don't know
he's
if
ready.
I don't think he's ready.
I don't know if I believe it, Mitch, but
No.
I think that's what the Brewers believe.
Come on, he's not doing anything.
He's had a little bit of a run
He can
right
steal
now.
bases.
And the 612 actually
He
literally
agrees
just
with it.
texting in. Cooper Pratt will be at short soon. I think they want Cooper Pratt.
I know
by
they
June
want Cooper
1st.
Pratt.
I think by June 1st they want him. I may have a little bet going on with Sparky. I think it'll be after June 1st, but Sparky thinks it'll be before June 1st. I will say
Interesting.
that they just the configuration of Joey Ortiz, David Hamilton on the left side of the infield.
No, we know. We're
we're
Gotta move on.
we can't.
G-Man Mike says, I watched the Sounds game. Crow pitched good. I'd pick him. Plus his one outing with the crew was good, which I can't debate that.
Robert Gasser is a stud too at the big league level. Like he's put up his stuff. He's put up great numbers in his time too.
Yep. 920. I wonder if Woodruff signed the 1-year contract with the Brewers because he questioned his ability to go long term. That's fair. And Josh from Hartford wants to know who threw the ball harder yesterday, Woody or James McCann.
Oh, that was stupid.
I don't know if you saw James McCann was throwing ephus pitches, like softball. He was throwing like 35 miles an hour.
Yeah,
okay.
It was dumb.
I can even throw fast. But then he got Sal to ground into a double play on a 65 mile an hour.
That is so weird how it throws off a big league. It throws off a big leaguer so much when you just start, like lobbing them in there.
So awesome.
And
it's like lawn darts.
Hey, y'all saw Rookie of the Year, right? I mean,
yes.
just float it in there.
Yeah.
I mean,
it takes the glove off and it's his mom's name.
It's his mom.
Wow.
And she was a soft pitch softball player.
Well, she didn't play in the big leagues.
That's what I'm saying, though. I'm like, why was she not a fast pitch softball player? Like,
that's a great.
She just played like bar league softball, and she's like, yo, you got this, son.
Yeah, right. You can pitch for the Cubs at 12 because of my softball background. I was playing for the Hobnob in Cudahy, and you guys are all good now.
Sparky's in Cudahy, by the way. So again, we come back to this embarrassment of riches / not exactly sure what to do. Woody's hurt, and we've got Drowan and Gasser and Henderson and Crow and Priester coming off. And we talked about this in spring training, how they had 9 to 10 starters who were major league ready. And that's great, but it's also kind of not great. Like, what if they pick Crow to be the guy and he struggles for 3 starts? And you think in your head, oh, Henderson would have done better. Drowan would have done better. And then Crow's back to AAA. And then you got guys coming up and down and up and down. And it just gets a little messy.
Do you see any trade options? Either at the pitching position or otherwise. I mean, once Vaughn, once Churio, if Yelich is about, like you're talking about, you got Ortiz and Hamilton, and you don't want them together. If Pratt comes up, are there any? Do we have trade candidates?
They're not going to trade for. They're not going to trade for a
a
starter. They have way too much depth in the starting pitching rotation. They're not going to do that. If they're going to trade for a bat, they might have to give up some of their depth in the starting pitching rotation during that as well. I still think that this Brewers team is going to stay put because they're going to treat it as if it's a trade acquisition to get Churio and Vaughn back in this lineup. It's not.
Which it is.
It totally is. I understand that. I just think that this Brewers team right now, they're doing better than maybe what meets the eye, right? I mean, I truly do believe that this might be Pat Murphy's best managerial job right now.
Sure.
Even what he did with Woodruff yesterday. Like, talk about a manager, right? Where it's like, you see that the velocity, everything's not what it should be. And instead of being like, hey, this guy's a veteran, let's see if he can work through it. And all of a sudden the Diamondbacks put up 5 runs on you real quick. You say, all right, hey, we're going to sit you down and evaluate it. Let's move on to the next. And then you you roll through your whole bullpen basically, right? So
yep. And it was 3-0 in the top of the second. And how about the guys to pick Woody up? 3 more in the bottom of the third,
yeah.
2 more in the bottom of the fourth. It was 8-1 after 4. They were like, hey, Woody's out. It's going to be a bullpen day. Drowan's on the mound. Let's go get him. And they got him.
Should it be a concern that the only real veteran in the starting rotation goes down? Because now it is going to be a bunch of, hey, guys, you're all figuring it out at the big league level together. Maybe that's a good thing, but now there is no Quintana on this team. There is no Wade Miley on this team. There is no real veteran presence with Brandon Woodruff
like
going
Peralta,
down just to have someone to rely on to bounce ideas off of, whatever it is. I just think that it's going to be a bunch of Quinn Priester type projects now. Maybe there is,
we got Bill, though. We got Bill. I'm not worried about it. He's going to have these guys dialed in, and I think that like we talk about that importance, right? It's just like he's that calming force. These young guys are going to rely on his expertise. He's in those meetings with Murph and the pitching coaches and just doing that work as well. And so I'm not worried about that as much. I think Woodruff in that space, obviously he was like that kind of the carousel guy. Like he was like the third guy. So it was almost like everybody kind of revolved around him in a sense. But I think these guys have at least enough experience at this point that, Miz doesn't give a crap. He's going to go out there and he's like, I just go out and black out and do what Bill tells me to do.
Exactly.
And I think there's enough of that mindset with this pitching staff that I don't think you're going to see. Yeah, I don't think you're going to see anything crazy from that, but it does always hurt when you lose a veteran.
Go ahead, Tommy.
I just wanted to.
And Contreras sends it deep to center. On the run, Thomas. This one is way gone. Wild Bill touches the ball.
Wild Bill. Is that 420 or so?
2-run home run makes it 5-0 Milwaukee.
I just wanted to play that.
Love that. Love that.
We needed that.
Tons of comments coming in the Nicolay Law Talking text line. Keep them coming. Your thoughts on what to do while Woodruff's out. Is it Logan Henderson? What other moves should the Brewers be making? We're going to switch gears a little bit here, but we'll keep that Brewer conversation going as well here on the Mason Crosby Show on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network. We're in our great studios powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. It's Friday. It's May. It's everything that's good on earth. This is the Mason Crosby Show. This is the Mason Crosby Show. I'm Mitch Nellis. He's Mason Crosby. Tommy Wirt's in the house. And for the Green Bay Packers rookies and undrafted free agents, it is welcome to the jungle as rookie mini camp gets underway today up in Green Bay. Mason, take us back 500 years ago. Rookie mini camp.
Ago.
Did you have to run? Did you have to lift? Did they say turn your head and cough? Like what did?
Yeah, you got to go through. Like, I guess I don't know if they probably came in yesterday and did all the physicals and the annoying stuff. Started meetings and all.
Measure
of those
your
things.
feet to see if they're flat or curved, like that sort of stuff. Yep.
They do have a cool new thing for these guys with their cleats. Some of the big guys, especially, they will scan their feet and then they'll make sure that they're in the right and proper cleat.
Okay.
Wouldn't they don't do that for kickers too? Wouldn't it make sense to do that for a
kickers?
kicker?
Kickers have already had their feet.
And you have your own preference. Like, I mean, I wore a soccer cleat on my right foot and a football cleat on my left.
Is that legal?
It is legal.
Oh
but
my gosh.
There's not like that specific. Whenever you're over 300 pounds, a lot of those guys would be trying to put themselves in shoes made for wide receivers.
Yeah, and
they're like, hey, no, we got to get you in the right cleats. And it's surprising. You'd be surprised at how many guys try to wear cleats that are not made for their body type and their weight. So
they just want to look cool while they do it. What if you're like Randy Bullock and you're 300 pounds and a kicker?
Yeah, he had the special offensive line
soccer cleat.
The big old sharks going.
But so when you get into rookie camp, then what is the expectation, I guess? Like, just show up, be there? Are you trying to impress? Are you trying to showcase in any way?
It's a different weekend for different players. So like for me being drafted at that time and like all the drafted guys, you're coming in and you're just showing that you're healthy and that you're ready to go and that like you're having conversations. I kicked, set, and like had some operational stuff going, but you don't even always have a snapper and a holder there. I don't even know if I had the full operation. So it was just, I think I just kicked off sticks and, hit some balls and got some work in. We do some special teams drills. So I knocked some kickoffs down the field on some of those things. So from that's a kicker's perspective and a drafted player, but you got undrafted free agents, you got tryout players, and they're trying to show out. So I do think they manage it properly to make sure that it's like, okay, if you're a guy that we really want to evaluate and we didn't draft you, you're going to kind of almost be in a different, kind of a different setup because we want to see if you're a type of player that we can sign to this team and actually be an impact.
Are you meeting anyone for the first time? Like, how much contact have you had? Well, I guess
everyone for the first time.
Well, right, but you specifically also, like, you didn't talk to the Packers very often, you said, before the draft process. So when you get there, it's probably different than maybe a Matthew Golden, who was like a top 30 visit last year, and then he's had constant communication. Like, when you get there and you're meeting for the first time, is that the first time you met McCarthy? Like, what was going on with that?
It was the first, real conversation I'd ever had with him, other than when he got on the phone after I was drafted to tell me congratulations. And then, I knew Mike Stock just from pre-draft meetings. The special teams coordinator had never, I'd had a short meeting with Ted Thompson, just honestly, and just kind of the normal process of introductions at the combine. But you're meeting everybody. You're walking around trying to just get the lay of the land. You're the equipment staff. It's a lot of meetings. Honestly, they're going to bring you in a room. Training room is going to come in. Introduce everybody, tell you the expectations of what that looks like. Equipment staff will do their presentation. Adam, food and nutrition, will do their presentation. You're basically just getting inundated with information. And that's why they do it separately, right? It's like all the veterans, everybody's been onboarded. So you got to onboard all these young guys and get them ready to go. So it's a lot. It's information. And I remember, like, as a drafted player, what the Packers do, and I don't know if other places do this, but our situation, they did fly my parents up, and like we did the jersey stuff, and they do a little side thing and like do a tour.
Were you number 2 right away?
I was number 2. What?
Okay, there was no other number, and then you switched or anything like that.
Nope.
Kickers couldn't even be numbers over 19 during that time, right?
That's true.
Yeah, there were some restrictions on it. Yeah. Now they're just whatever you want to be.
So that's when you were a rookie. Let's fast forward, I don't know, 10 years or so. So you're a 10-year pro at this point, and they're bringing in the rookies, both the drafted guys and the undrafted free agents. And you're living in Green Bay, so you're around. Some of the other veterans might not be around, but you're there. What's it like when like a highly touted first rounder comes in? What's it like with a 7th rounder who's like just trying to make it? And then, this year we've got 10 undrafted free agents. What's kind of the thought of what percent, knowing they're, some of them are dead men walking. Yeah. Some of them have got no shot. Some of them are just trying to make the practice squad, and maybe 1 or 2 could make the active roster.
Yeah, exactly. And I'll give you one guess what I was doing during rookie weekend whenever I wasn't a rookie.
Gambling ring on who was going to make it or not. No, I agree. Tommy got it, right?
You know where I was. Yeah. It was like, they're like, all right, they'll take the next few days off. Rookies are coming in. I had tee times at Oneida right away. Or I was heading down to Kohler if it was open and going and hitting some down there.
Did they ever ask you, like, once you were there for quite a long time, like, hey, can you come talk to the rookies on a day? No, they don't do that with any veterans.
Should they have?
Not that I remember. I mean, they come in and it's again, there's so many guys that aren't going to make this team. So it's more just like, hey, we're going to onboard these guys, throw a ton of information. I do think, at times there was a time where we'd have like a panel. I do remember them forming some of the veteran guys, and we went and had a panel as these rookies are kind of being onboarded, but not during this rookie minicamp. They kind of let the veterans get out of Dodge, get out of town. They do all the inundating, and then as they come in, it's like they'll do some stuff where it's like, hey, let's talk about life in Green Bay, how we're expected to operate. They can ask questions and some of those things, but once you hit the ground running next week, I think the rookies have a week off and then they come back the following week. And then it's just kind of like hit the ground running. They're expected to fit in. They kind of get them. They change their program a little bit to suit where they are. But I'll tell you this much, you bring these undrafted free agents in, there's going to be a few of those guys where you're going to be pleasantly surprised at like where they are at developmentally, and then there's going to be some of those guys where they're like, ooh,
just lost.
This was not the guy that we hoped they would be. So some of these undrafted free agents are not going to be here through the spring. They're going to move on from them and just say like, well, we saw what we needed to see. We didn't like how they moved. We didn't like their knowledge of the game, and now that we've had a little longer look at them. We're glad we didn't draft them, right? So as I got longer in the tooth, though, Aaron and I would have conversation, all that. Like, you can pick the team pretty early on, right? There's not a ton of guys that are going to come in and just surprise you.
So so what happens when there is a surprise? Like, what happens when it's like a 6th or 7th rounder or an undrafted free agent who really not just like shows they can show up, but shows they like this could be something. A bigger deal.
That's your boy Lucas Patrick, right?
Lucas, a tryout guy. Yeah, it's like you can kind of tell right away. Like the longer you get into it, you're like, all right, well, this guy's special. They have a real shot to make this team. You always are. If you're not drafted in the top 4 or 5 rounds, too, there's some like uncertainty there. But it's also like, okay, drafted guys. Let's expect they're going to make the team. They're going to get their shot. And then some of these tryout undrafted free agents, and we talk about it all the time on our show. It's not just about their performance on the field. It's like, do they acclimate to the locker room? Are they doing the little right things all the time? Lucas Patrick didn't make the team because he was the best athlete, because he just said like, or he just showed like all this. He wasn't the biggest guy. Oh man, he's just a freak in all these numbers. He trained really hard. He was in there with the offensive linemen, with everybody, working out harder than anyone in that space. First to every meeting, knew exactly what to do. Like, when you don't have to hold someone's hand, that's it seems so simple, but in that professional space, nobody wants to, like, they don't want to hold a non-drafted player's hand and show them how to do things. You got to come in and be prepared to do all of the extra. And if you can do that, you're going to give yourself the best shot.
All right, you ready real quick? We're going to go through these real quick. 10 undrafted free agents. Dylan Barrett, guard, Iowa State. Quarterback, Kyron Drones, Virginia Tech, originally from Pearland, Texas. The Texas ones I'll let you. Yeah, Pearland, yep. Guard, Josh Geske from Illinois. Edge, let's see. Nigelique Kelly from Central Florida. Mervyn Kenyon, safety from Nevada. Tight end RJ Maryland from SMU. He's from South Lake, Texas.
Oh, yeah.
Jaden Nixon, also from Central Florida. He's from Frisco, Texas. TJ Quinn, linebacker from Louisville. J. Michael Sturdivant, a wide receiver from Florida. And Dylan Wade, a guard from Auburn. Those are your 10 undrafted free agents. So also, and it's like, all right, just throw them in a pot and see who cooks up nice.
Are you surprised that the Packers don't have a heavier Big Ten team, like on
a little
the regular?
Bit? One Illinois. The Iowa State kid did play for the Badgers.
Okay.
So Dylan Barrett did play for the University of Wisconsin for 2 years.
Do we know how many on the roster in general are Big Ten players? Like, do we have?
It's not a huge number. Anymore? We could.
Yeah, I mean, I can do it.
Yeah. I'm always just a little surprised. I felt like I was, again, Goody, I think was the head, like, Southeast scout. I feel like, obviously, SEC is a great conference, and that Southeast, you get a lot of good players, but I do feel like the Packers lean towards that Southeast part of the country.
I mean, it's like 10 straight years or 15 straight years the SEC has had the most drafted players in general during this.
It's a great conference.
You know what's wild?
But it's just kind of –
and you know what's wild about this, Mace? You know what's wild about this? So Barrett was at Wisconsin and then went to Iowa State. Drones, the quarterback, was at Baylor, then was at Virginia Tech. Geske, the guard, spent all 5 years at Illinois. But Kelly – the edge was at Miami, then he went to Central Florida. Kenyon, the safety, was at City College of San Francisco, University of Idaho, Sacramento State, and University of Nevada.
Wow.
Nixon was at Oklahoma State and Western Michigan. Quinn was at Louisville the whole time. Sturdivant was at Cal, UCLA, and Florida.
Jeez.
And Wade was at Tulsa and Auburn. So
only 2 players,
right? Only 2 of the 10 players were actually at their school the entire time, and that's college
new
sport,
world we
right?
live in.
That's our world.
Wow.
So those are your undrafted free agents. Obviously, we'll keep our eye on them. I don't know if LaFleur's talking yet, but he was going to talk after practice today. Practice started at 10:45, so probably they probably talked by now. I don't know how.
And Chase Claypool, right?
Oh, right, and Chase,
Rookie Chase Claypool.
Rookie Chase Claypool. Who could play? Could he play like 17 games for 17 different teams this year? Like, would that surprise anybody? We just need him for a week. Let's cut him. All right, next team gets him for a week.
See how he is.
Yeah, exactly. Plenty more to get to, including a favorite Derby traditions, and the Milwaukee Bucks officially have a new head coach. Press conference on Wednesday, but the press release came out yesterday. He's Mason Crosby. He's Tommy Wirtz. I'm Mitch Nellis. We are the Mason Crosby Show. Mason Crosby Show. I'm Mitch Nellis, Tommy Wirtz, and Mason Crosby. Hello, Mason. How are
Could
you?
I reclassify as a rookie?
I don't know. Do you have any college eligibility left?
No. Well, maybe now. You could probably take a COVID year now.
Now you can take a year.
Yeah.
Just go from there, transfer. If an NIL deal comes back strong enough, I think you could get one. Yeah.
I could probably get there.
Could you play junior college? Is that the same eligibility now? Because Diego Pavia ended up getting that rule changed, right?
Is he going to go play?
I'm saying Crosby could go.
Back.
No, it's Diego Pavia.
Let's just go back to the start here.
Well, didn't he get the extra year because they took away his junior college eligibility for the NCAA? Like, what if Mason Crosby was just kicking for MATC's football team inaugural year next year?
I love it.
That would be awesome.
414-677-1250, the Nicolay Law Talking text line. Want to get back to our conversation at the beginning of the show, talking some Brewers baseball. We had some random strays that I wanted to get to here in the text club. Tommy in Dallas says, thank you, Mitch. It's a no-brainer. You certainly don't make your decision on moving a guy around the diamond based on what might cost us when he hits free agencies 3 years from now. Terrain is short, and it opens up the possibilities for a much more potent lineup. Thank you, Tommy, for agreeing with me. I'm not sure it's just not that simple, though. Like, we all agree with that. I'm intrigued by that possibility, but I mean, at some point, he's just a second baseman. Like, even though he can play short, like Terrain, like you are what you do. That's true. At this point, he's a second baseman. And could they make that move? Yes. Will they make that move during a season? I'd be very surprised if they did. The Polish Rifle wants to know why this Brewers organization seems to dislike Logan Henderson. And we continue that conversation. He didn't make the starting rotation this year, but he does seem like a logical choice to get some starts now that Woody is out. But so does Crow, and
what
so
do you
does
think
Gasser.
They don't like about him? To answer that
I don't
question.
know. Like again, do they think he's a quadruple A guy and that he's not quite ready? And a lot of it goes into they can come in and have some short-term success, but going through the league more than once, the league catches up to you. Do you have enough different pitches? Do you have do your advanced metrics translate to success? And I think that's what they're looking at more than we're looking at.
I also think that when you were talking about replacing a guy in the lineup or in the rotation, rather, you defaulted to, well, Sprout gets replaced. I don't even know if I fully believe that. If we're talking about why does the major league club not like Logan Henderson, like Chad Patrick could also be thrown into that conversation. And a guy that had bullpen experience at the end of last year could be another first guy out of the pen type guy. That could give you multiple innings, and they love to already make him the second guy in an opener whenever they do it.
Right.
I don't know if that you have disqualified. I would think the logical choice is, yes, Sprout moves out, but maybe they would rather see Sprout get those starter reps and be ready in the future than Chad Patrick get those same reps.
That's a good point. I think the other thing I'm thinking is Woody's a big righty who traditionally throws hard. Like, he hasn't this year, but he's been that guy. Yeah. Logan Henderson's a big righty. And so in my mind, that's the natural replacement, as opposed to maybe Drowan or Gasser, who's the lefty, or Crow, who's the breaking the curveball is amazing. But to me, Logan Henderson's the fireballer who replaces Woody. And I might be old school baseball in that way. That's just how my brain works.
Eye test, the old school eye test.
I just love having two lefties in the rotation, though, too. I do love that idea of mixing it up as opposed to 4 days in a row with a righty. Kyle Harrison is going to pitch a playoff game for this team, or a very high leverage game this year at some point for the Brewers. To have a lefty that can get you through the regular season, because you need guys to eat innings, right? We saw that last year, how the rotation just gets diminished by the postseason and by the end of the year. Having a mix in lefty, a second one, I like that idea a lot better. That's why I lean Drowan.
2 lefties, but I don't know if I need 3 lefties.
No, there won't be 3 lefties.
You don't want 3.
There could be at some point.
That's too many lefties. Too many lefties in any.
920 says, give up some pitching depth. Go get Murakami. Murakami's the power hitting first baseman. Came up as a third baseman in Japan for the White Sox. I don't think the White Sox are trading Murakami at this point.
I agree.
Yeah. So it sounds nice.
Don't need any more first or third base.
If the Brewers wanted Murakami to play third, they had to go get him during the offseason when he was a free agent, not after he's a home run hitter for the White Sox.
I think I got some Matt LaFleur if we want to do that as well today.
Let's do some Matt LaFleur.
Let's hear it.
Yeah. and then we'll do some Derby talk, and then we'll go have a weekend.
Let's do
Man,
it.
it's all planned out. We are the Mason Crosby Show.
Happy Friday.
It's Friday. Hey, everybody. Weather on the Fan brought to you by Integrity Exteriors. It's 41 and cloudy in Hales Corners. Frost advisory from midnight till 8 a.m. in the area. High of 45 today, low of 32. Bundle up.
A Super Bowl champion.
The Green Bay Packers have won the Super Bowl.
The Packers' all-time leading scorer.
A game winner for Mason Crosby.
It's time for the Mason Crosby Show with Mitch Nellis on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network. Powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook and on the free Odyssey app.
Yes, sirs. This is hour number 2 of the Mason Crosby Show. That means it's high noon in Mountain Central Time.
Dickinson, North Dakota.
Nice.
Is that a thing?
It is. It's a real place.
Perfect.
Shout out to Northwoods League.
I don't think that North Dakota actually exists. I've
No.
never met anyone from there, so I
What
don't
it-
think that it really exists.
Okay, Crosby.
Go ahead.
A great question for
You
you.
went to mute him?
No. I hit the wrong button.
What is the city that you had the least amount of expectations for that you had the best time in?
Ooh.
That is my question
fun.
because
Oh,
Bismarck, North Dakota, high on that list for me.
yeah.
I had a great time in Bismarck, North Dakota when I had to go for a weekend one time. Did not have any expectations, and it was a blast.
I went to a
And
cool. They had actually not cool. It was a very sad zoo there. As a family, we called it the sad zoo. The animals seemed
in
just like-
Bismarck.
in Bismarck, yeah.
Oh, well,
Oh my gosh.
I mean,
It was really
gee,
sad.
I didn't mean, okay, well, I can't speak for the zoo. My bad.
So I don't feel the same way about
but-
Bismarck.
Okay,
But is there another city, Mason? I think was the actual question.
But as an adult,
This-
Bismarck
no, no,
was
no.
fun.
No. This wasn't like Mason's breakdown of Bismarck, North Dakota.
correct.
Is
No, I
there a
thought we were
city?
being critical.
Is there
of
a city that you had a low expectation of
low expectation?
that was much more?
I would
than
love
you
to know
thought.
that on the Nicolay Law Talking
Yeah, I
text
gotta-
line,
yeah,
too.
great
Let me
question.
think about it for a second.
414-677-1250. Nicolay Law Talking text line.
I love
City
topics like
you
this.
had the best time in that you had the lowest expectations for. Give us a story from that city, too.
So I have a quick one. That's not really a story, more of a share. Decatur, Alabama.
Mm.
So Decatur, Georgia is a city that I've heard of before. We were driving through nowhere, Alabama, stopped in Decatur, and like literally the best microbrew I've ever been to in my life.
Oh,
Like this place had
Crushed
like
it.
I got the sampler and they had like 4 great beers. I got like an Italian beef sandwich that was phenomenal. It like blew my mind. And we were
Nice.
just driving through. We drove through the downtown. It had a great main street and a great like park and a great library and a
You were
great
just
whatever.
shocked?
Yeah, Decatur, Alabama, out of
Okay.
nowhere. So
Nice.
that's just one that jumps to mind. This is the Mason Crosby Show. So Mason, keep thinking about it.
He's gonna say,
Oh, I got one.
You got
that,
one?
like,
Okay. All right.
I'm thinking of some others.
Boulder,
but,
Colorado was amazing.
yeah, exactly. Oh, Las Vegas. I had no expectations.
Paris. Oh,
Such
yeah.
a cool spot. Jeez.
You
Why
guys
didn't
suck.
anyone tell me how great Las Vegas
Oh
was?
my God.
I have 2. So the first time I went to Palm Springs or like that area.
Okay.
You hear Palm Springs, all this stuff, but obviously it's a golf mecca. So I go on this golf trip. They're like, we're going to Palm Springs. I'm like, Palm Springs? Don't my grandparents like to go to Palm Springs?
Right. That's a grandparent place. Yeah.
But we went, I think they had we went and ate like amazing sushi there. It's like a foodie spot. So that was a first surprise. And then somewhere close to here in Nashville, Bowling Green is
Yes.
actually like a
Yeah.
cool little town.
Bowling Green is. I can vouch
Yeah.
for both. I've done Bowling Green a couple
They have
times.
the
I can
Corvette
vouch.
like racing
Yep.
racetrack. When Nolan turns 18, I'm taking him up there to do like their little test track, which would be fun. So
It's right
yeah.
there from the highway. You can see.
Oh,
you know, yeah.
Bowling Green's a cool little town.
That's awesome. All right. I have no transition or segue. Matt LaFleur spoke earlier today.
Green Bay, cool little town.
Green Bay, cool little town.
That's probably one, right? Green Bay was one.
Ashwaubenon, cool little town.
Exactly.
It's rookie minicamp, and so we named some of the undrafted free agents who are in rookie minicamp. The rookies are there as well, and Chase Claypool apparently is there as well. So we'll start with Chase Claypool, and we'll hit play, and as we need to comment on what Matt LaFleur says, we'll just say pause, and we'll have a little take on that. But here's Matt LaFleur earlier today.
Look, with a guy like Claypool here, what are you trying to see from him, whether it's a Claypool or a lineman or whatever, when you're not doing like super competitive stuff?
Yeah, well, for the majority of these guys, the draft picks, the UDFAs, it's really more of an onboarding process. Get them acclimated to how we do things. Give them a little bit of taste of what's to come in phase 2 when they get here with the vets in a week. So for the majority of these guys, that's the purpose behind this. We're not doing a whole lot of we're not doing any full speed reps, whether it was drill work or in our 11 on 11, the team setting, it was all jog through. But for some of these guys, the tryout guys, yeah, we take them through the same stuff everybody else, but then we had a workout after that.
Has your program changed at all since 2019, or do you still, for this weekend, or do you still go with the same process?
Oh no, it's definitely changed. Yeah. Adapt or die.
Mason Crosby used to be here.
So you got to evolve. And I think when we first got here, I'll never forget, we were putting all the guys through drills, agility drills. And I think we had a couple guys throw up. So
nice.
We've definitely changed our approach in that regard.
All right, right away. They've gotten softer. Basically, that's what he said.
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
Soft.
Guys used to throw up, and now we are SAWFT. Soft.
Man, that's
when you want that, then you're no, that's what I'm saying. Get out of here. If you throw up, like, I don't want you on this team. That's like, I push those guys.
Crosby, you talk about it all the time, how like drawn out and long and pointless off season is for football. And work people to
guys should still be in shape.
But these are rookies, though. These guys should be in shape.
Be in shape.
Right? I don't know.
With a guy like Claypool here, what are you trying to see from him?
We had a workout after that.
Has your program changed at all since 2019, or do you still, for this weekend, or
throw up? So we've definitely changed our approach in that regard. And then I know in other years when we've had some tryout guys, some of these guys got hurt.
So that's the point. You got to be careful.
Yeah, because I mean that you don't want anybody to get hurt. And
you
then
don't want some tryout
you
guy.
Pay them, right? You got to pay them off?
I think they're covered in this. I do think there's some some barriers where
isn't there like injury settlements sometimes, or
I don't know what they have to do, but they're not under contract. That's why they're tryout guy.
Got it.
If they haven't signed like a deal to be with the team, they might have some little protection where if you get hurt in the tryout, maybe you get a little something. But
I feel like if
there's no way though that would be in place, right? These tryout guys, if there was money attached, you'd come in and you'd just be like, I'm ripping my hamstring.
Right, I'd get hurt on purpose if I'm not gonna. If I know I'm not gonna make the team anyway.
You know, it just you're always evolving.
Claypool and what he's done in this league and what he possibly could do.
Well, I mean, you guys saw him, right? He's had great film out there. He's been productive, and he looks like he's in great shape. And he's big. So we'll see how it goes.
So you did do some 11 on 11 back in the beginning when you would have this. So why did you think you needed to adapt away from that the last couple of years?
I don't think you necessarily, the juice isn't worth the squeeze in regards to putting people in position, maybe in harm's way. These guys don't even know how to practice yet. They're learning the playbook. There's a lot going on.
There it is.
I mean, they're drinking water out of a fire hose basically all day. They had to listen to a bunch of different people talk to them. They had to sit through guys like Jason Wallers telling him his spiel, and it's painstaking, but it's definitely a necessary part of the process. No, but I thought it was good. These guys are getting a lot of information. They're learning the people. So I just think it's more, like I said before, an onboarding process that hopefully relieves a little bit of anxiety when they come back here and all the vets are here.
So go ahead.
He said I feel like he's trying to throw like old school footballisms out there, like drinking water out of fire,
which
hose.
Literally every kid did in the 80s. So we were tough back then. Oh yeah, fire hydrant at least.
I mean, are you kind of like Matt LaFleur sounds like he's playing football coach in this as opposed to being football coach in this press conference?
Well, a little bit. That's who he is, though. Like that's what he's going to do. My question, not related to that specifically, is does it make sense to have Chase Claypool come this weekend when those rookies are all there, or should there be like a separate workout for him, or should he be there next weekend when some of the veterans are there? Like what? How do you maximize figuring out this guy who hasn't played in a couple of years is bigger and stronger than everybody who showed up this weekend?
Maybe.
Like what? Well, kind of what Matt said. He's kind of said that he looks
better.
That
he better be bigger and stronger than everyone.
So, like, are you really learning anything about him? Does it make sense that he's there this weekend?
It's just like a mass tryout, right? So instead of bringing him on his own, you're bringing him, and I do think from a scouting perspective, you might be able to see him directly compared to somebody else you're evaluating. All right. Is it worth bringing a Chase Claypool in that is going to be 28 years old? Do his physical attributes, do the things that we have seen on film warrant him over a rookie or like a new guy, right? That we don't know much about.
Or is this a mental technique to show the rookies that, look at this guy. This guy can't even get a job in the NFL. Look at how much bigger and faster he is than all of you. And this guy can't even play in the league. So you guys better step your asses up.
But no throwing up. We're not going to push that out.
Right. But
yeah, I do think it's smart. They finally, they stop. They're not doing 11 on 11 or like.
They don't even have enough guys for 11
this
on
weekend
11.
Again. Yeah. Is just lining up. You're just going to line up. You're going to start giving them pieces of the offense and defense, but you're not even going to give them that much. Like, you're not giving any of the tryout guys that. That's why he said they have a separate workout for the tryout players. Right. It's like, which makes sense. And do their things, run them through some drills, see how they move, see if we like, honestly, even conversations, like, do they get it? Which is even more wild that a guy like Lucas Patrick made this roster. Like, it will be surprising if any of those tryout players get a shot to actually make this team.
I'm going to keep this list. I'm going to keep this list. I want to follow.
Let's keep an eye on them, because we might see him sign one to go through the offseason, but to actually make this roster is a huge long shot.
Well, there's going to be one. History tells us there will be one guy. They have one guy for the last 15 years to make the active roster.
To make active.
Yeah, one guy from this crop will make the active roster.
There's always someone that slips through the cracks.
What do you think? Like 4 or 5 of them make the practice squad, maybe?
Well, last year it was Stackhouse to keep the run going of an undrafted free agent, but I'm pretty sure.
Well, that's undrafted free agent, though.
Yeah,
is that not what these guys are?
A signed undrafted, like after the draft. These are tryout. But these guys aren't even under contract. Like, they haven't signed.
No, but they're undrafted free agents.
Yeah, there's a bunch of UDFAs there. That's what we were talking about with like drones and Sturdivant.
Have they signed them though?
These are like post-draft. The Green Bay Packers signed.
I'm talking about tryout players.
Oh, you're talking about Claypool.
Yeah, Claypool and that, Lucas Patrick was a tryout. They didn't. So he wasn't. They didn't bring him in as a UDFA.
He was not a UDFA.
No, he was a tryout player.
What was he doing?
He just didn't sign it. He didn't get signed by anyone.
Like, he didn't get signed as a UDFA by anybody?
No.
Wow.
And he was still
impressive.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. It's different. Those tryout guys are different.
How old was he?
The UDFAs. How old is he now?
No, how old was he? Like,
was he
right
older?
Out of college. So he was right out of college.
He was right out of
college.
Okay.
So
now he's played 10 years.
Yeah. That's crazy.
I know that kind of stuff. It is rare. The UDFA is not as but it's
still rare.
It's more rare, it is rare, but you're going to get one of those guys that's going to impress and make a team, because those are 7th round picks basically that you just had a little more choice with, and they got to choose maybe a little bit more where they wanted to go. So not as rare in that regard. But
so Mace, I could listen a little bit more to this, but I also have a follow-up question for you.
Okay.
Does any player listen to the coach's press conference? And so like now that you're retired, is it kind of weird or eye-opening, or like what's it like hearing the perspective or the thoughts of the coach? Because I'm guessing for the most part, players don't give a wah about what the coach is saying at these press conferences.
No, yeah, we didn't listen to much. I mean, we had so many meetings and like, kind of internal stuff that this external, kind of whatever the coach is giving out there is just, I mean, it's just fluff and kind of, he's never going to give inner workings of what's going on fully to everybody. Like, you got to give some insight because that's the job, right? Like that's his responsibility. But there's always internal things that are talked about in those closed team meetings and in the position group meetings that just are like, you kind of know what's going on. And so why would you sit and listen to LaFleur kind of go back over it like from a higher level whenever you've kind of already gotten into the weeds?
So now that you hear this, like, do you think this is the best way to disseminate information to the public, to the fans through the media? Like, should there be more transparency? Should there be less transparency? Should it be more like I'm holding a press conference and I have a statement as opposed to just answering your questions? Like, should there be something like that where we want to share? This is the information we want to share.
That's an interesting
Maybe
point.
We'll take a couple follow-up, questions, but we're not just going to the podium and having nothing to say.
Like, I almost like that's an interesting point. Like, what if Jason Wallers or like the media group of like the Packers comes to the podium and says, here's what we're talking about today.
Yep.
And like LaFleur comes up, shares some comments, and then you open it up for questions around that. That's one way. But I do think I think the innovative, like in the questions, there's always a few good questions that are thrown out that lead you into another space.
Yep.
I think it would be so confusing and convoluted if they had to be like basically give the script of what they said in every meeting, every team meeting and all. Like fans, everyone would lose their minds, right? Like it would just be like, what are they talking about?
Great.
Like, how are we going to win games? Or like, or we're going to win all the games because like it always sounds good in the meetings. And like, so because you could be a team that like the Browns, I'm sure there were meetings after like when they're 0-12s to start a season where if you heard their team meeting, you're like, how are they talking like this? Like they have not won a game. How are they talking about successes or things that they've done well? Like they should just be browbeating and crushing souls. So like you gotta play that game a little bit. Our boy Andy Herman, I wanted to talk about this a little bit.
Okay.
Did you see his response? I guess there was an article out talking about the draft and our draft picks there in Green Bay, and they said they were kind of breaking down each player and almost like in a negative way, like how some other scouts from other teams viewed them. And isn't that like I was talking to Molly this morning? It's like the eye of the beholder, right?
Right.
It's like you only need one team to really just value you as a player.
We talk about that with trades as well, right?
Yeah,
like it just takes one team to love your player on your roster to overpay, and then you make out like a bandit.
And then and Herman obviously he was like, whoever these scouts or GMs or whoever are making these comments, I'm glad they are not part of the Green Bay Packers, because they're like, some of the comments are just like kind of dumbfounding, right? Like he's just like, I don't understand this. Cisse, talking about, well, he struggles in man coverage. He's not too big. He's not too small. Like his speed is a question. I think he ran a 4.4. Like, so it's like, he's pretty fast.
It's not really a question.
Yeah. And then there was another like Gannon making the comment, like,
who?
We will. Yeah. Who's
sorry.
Jonathan Gannon? I think this was probably a while back. All right. Actually, it was someone talking about Gannon's defense. I don't think it was even Gannon.
Right. I think you're right.
His style of defense. And then they were talking like McClellan, and they're like, yeah, we didn't even do much on him. We didn't even like look at him.
Yeah.
And Andy's like, I had him as like a 3rd or 4th rounder all day. And like some scout from some other team was like, we didn't even like do the work on him. Like that, it does blow my mind.
Mm-hmm.
And like, you wonder why some teams are really bad consistently over and over again. If they're not putting that work in, I do think that Packers personnel department literally uncovers everything. Like they're going to turn over every rock. They're going to look at every possible situation, and then they'll narrow it down to their kind of core group of guys. And that's how you get consistency. And I do think they do a good job up there with that.
We are the Mason Crosby Show. Mason Crosby, Tommy Wirtz, Mitch Nellis, a.k.a. Thunder, here with you on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network throughout the state of Wisconsin. And wherever you're listening to your podcast, you can find us there as well. Just search Mason Crosby. Either he'll be drinking wine with his wife or talking sports with us.
Pretty much.
Yep, he's doing both of those as often as possible. When we come back, we will discuss Taylor Jenkins being named head coach of the Milwaukee Bucks. And what are you doing tomorrow around, I don't know, 5:20, 5:30? It's real quick, so if you blink, you might miss it.
Yeah.
But if you eat lots of fried chicken and mint juleps before, then you've really done your due diligence. You
might miss it even more, though.
That's true.
If you have too many of those mint juleps.
That is a good point. This is the Mason Crosby Show. is the Mason Crosby Show. It is Friday, right? I'm just confirming.
It is Friday.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
It's May.
It's May,
May.
and it's Friday. Yesterday, I guess, was going to be May. Today is May. And we have our press release here.
Hot off the press.
Hot off the press. The Milwaukee Bucks named Taylor Jenkins as the team's new head coach. Jenkins most recently spent 6 seasons as head coach of the Memphis Grizzlies from 2019 to 2025. He concluded his tenure with a 250 and 214 record. His teams reached the playoffs in 4 of those campaigns. He tied a franchise record with 56 wins in the 21-22 season. He finished as runner-up in the NBA Coach of the Year award balloting. Previously, he served 1 year as assistant coach on Mike Budenholzer's Bucks staff that won a league-high 60 games, reached the Eastern Conference Finals. Milwaukee led the league in points per game and defensive rating and was 4th in offensive rating that season. He's 41. Did we find out he's like 9 days younger than you or something like that, Mace? Yep. He becomes the 19th head coach in Bucks history. The Dallas, Texas native attended the Wharton School at the University of Pennsylvania, graduated with a Bachelor of Science degree in economics. Ooh, man, I need that. While concentrating in management and minoring in psychology, he and his wife Chantal have 3 sons and 1 daughter. Welcome, Taylor Jenkins, to
Young,
Milwaukee.
Smart, yeah.
Press conference Wednesday at 2 at the Milwaukee Art Museum, open to the public. I will get there. Maybe I'll leave early Wednesday so I can get there on time. I might leave early Wednesday because you're in it.
I'm going to be here.
Oh, you're here. Oh, we got to talk. I'll
be in studio.
Yeah. Will you reply to a text I send about your schedule, or are you just going to ghost me?
It's going to be a tight one. I'll reply. It's
fine. I can work in tight windows, bro.
And then we have a speaking engagement on Wednesday evening. Yeah,
Love
Molly
that.
Be all crutched up, ready to roll.
Nice. So Taylor Jenkins, new coach, 41. He had success in Memphis. He got them to a 2 seed with that 56 win season.
Yeah, that's nice.
And things went south there, whether it was between him and Ja Morant and the rest of the team, or between him and his bosses, because clearly they didn't trade Ja Morant. They didn't change the roster. They got rid of the coach right before the playoffs. And it seems like,
does that worry you at all, or is that just kind of like
worries me a little bit?
The beast. Okay.
It worries me a little bit, but I also it's more a breath of fresh air. That like this whole.
Aren't you also like Ja Morant might be just a little difficult?
Oh, not just a little. Ja Morant is a super head case, but I feel like, the Adrian Griffin thing and the Doc Rivers thing. And I just feel better about this. I know I was having coffee with a friend of mine this morning who's a Cleveland native, and he said, Mitch, none of it matters though. Like Haslam is the problem. Like as long as Haslam is there, nothing good is ever going to happen for this franchise because the Haslams are horrible, horrible team owners and probably not good people either. That's what he said.
Well, that's worrisome.
Yeah, that's not great.
That's not an ideal thing.
But that's kind of what you hear out of Cleveland. Like they hate them.
Yeah,
and it's
Cleveland's been bad for a long time.
And
I mean, they make bad decisions. I mean, the Deshaun Watson stuff, like it's just like sometimes head scratchers.
And just like GM to president to all like they hired somebody who had no football history whatsoever. There's actually a guy from my hometown, so I was cheering for him at the time. But like he was like, I played Little League with the guy.
Has Shams confirmed? Did they talk to Giannis about this hiring, or was that?
I mean, Shams is the only one who said they didn't. Everybody else reported they didn't.
Oh, okay.
I'm still waiting for Shams to report that Jokic has to leave Denver.
Yeah.
And I mean, what a colossal. Dan Patrick said it this morning. He said, if LeBron or Giannis lost in the playoffs the way that Jokic just lost, they'd be getting crucified. Like everybody be crucifying LeBron, or they'd be calling for Giannis, for the Bucks to trade Giannis immediately. Like, where is the crucifixion of Nikola Jokic? Who Tommy found this earlier today. He's never won a playoff series against a team that's won 50 games.
That's
like every playoff series he's won has been against bad teams. Like, so either he's super overrated, or Like we're
Does he just not have that next gear, right?
Or we're drinking the Kool-Aid.
Yeah, he's just so big, and like what he does is effective, and he wears people out through the season. But he strikes me watching him. Got to watch him live there in Fiserv Forum. What was that? Was that 2 years ago already?
2 seasons ago,
yeah, 2 seasons ago.
Yep.
And just his demeanor, you're like, okay, is there another gear? And just if you don't have that, like the playoffs are a different animal. Like the guys that can just flip that switch and turn it on to that next level,
which we thought Jokic was.
Yeah,
but this year, I mean, against a Minnesota team without Anthony Edwards, like that's
surprising.
Crazy.
That is surprising.
So back to Taylor Jenkins, I do think it is a breath of fresh air. I do want to give the Bucks organization the benefit of the doubt. I do like John Horst. I do, you
got to think the Haslam's like in this situation, they didn't go and like do something. It's not like a wild hire. Had they gone out there and hired somebody like some unknown or some flashy pickup, you would have been like, oh gosh, like, all right, like what are they trying to do here? This is a solid coach that has a track record of like, making a team probably a little better than they should have been.
If Boston loses to Philly, is Boston gonna make a play for Giannis? Like there's a low-key rumor in the NBA that like Jaylen Brown in a package could be offered for Giannis. Giannis and Tatum? Yeah, that'd be unbelievable. Come on, dude.
That would be unreal.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty unstoppable, I think.
Are we rooting for the Spurs?
I don't know. I'm kind of not rooting for the Spurs.
You're rooting for the Celtics.
No. I mean, I'm not rooting for the Spurs because I think they're another player for Giannis. And if they win, they're not going to make any deals. If they lose to Minnesota, now they're playing Minnesota, not Denver. I thought they had a better chance to lose to Denver than Minnesota. If they lose, I think they're in play for Giannis. But I don't know, Mason. Like as a good story in the NBA, should we be cheering for the Spurs in Wemby?
I am, yeah. I mean, because I was going to ask you, is that like the lens that you view, like especially in light of
like I love watching. Listen, I love watching the Spurs. I think they are so fun to watch. Not just Wemby, but like all those young guys, Castle and Vassell, and even De'Aaron Fox and Harper, and like they are a fun team to watch play basketball. So yeah,
it's just wild watching Wemby play basketball.
Yeah,
like
it actually just exists. Like being 7'4" is just you're gonna look at this guy.
And that
like,
athletic.
What is going on?
So my father-in-law just had surgery on like his lower leg ankle, and Mrs. Thunder was out helping take care of him over this past week. And he had never really watched Wemby highlights before. He grew up as an NBA fan, in the 50s and 60s, and he paid attention in the 70s and 80s, even like through Steph Curry. But he had never like sat down and watched Wemby highlights. Yeah. And he called me. He's like, Mitch, have you seen these? I'm like, yes, Josh, I've seen these. It's like he's doing crazy things. So yeah, I think.
So do you think if they win the championship, do you think they're less likely in the game to go get?
Yeah.
Wow. So you're hoping they
even
win.
If they win this series, you can get to the Western Conference Finals. I don't think they're making any trades.
Okay.
If they somehow got upset by Minnesota, then I think the loser of this series is going to make a push.
But you got to think that like the harder matchup for the Spurs was Wemby having to play against Jokic. Right?
I do think that.
I think so. Like, because you've seen, I think
except Rudy Gobert. Rudy Gobert, I think defensively can irritate Wemby. Like you can't hang with him on the perimeter, but he can definitely bother him closer to the basket.
I also think that,
and he's a little dirty.
I might be rooting for the Lakers as well during this.
Stop it! Hold on. Keep talking.
Gosh,
I might
just
be.
like he's going to go fight him.
Like LeBron, what LeBron's doing right now is pretty awesome. I just got to put that out there.
Lakers, Dodgers, Yankees.
I know.
The Lakers?
What? Like who?
Come on, bro.
The Thunder are not fun to watch. They are the best team of all time. That is not fun to watch at all. They are free throw merchants.
That's
of teams.
true. Like
they are just not entertaining.
Shea's such a good player, but it's just like, how many times?
I saw a tweet that was like James Harden walked so Shea could run. Like that's exactly the style of play he is.
That is so true.
He just wants to get to the free throw line. The Pistons they're dead. The Magic are dead. Cavs, Raptors is not exciting. I don't want to root for the Knicks. I don't want to root for the Celtics.
That's right.
I don't want to root for the Sixers.
You're rooting for the West. Someone else.
But
not
think,
the Thunder. I would rather the Knicks win than the Thunder win.
I think you're absolutely right about the Thunder. My buddy Ty in Milwaukee native in Arizona, who listens to the show quite a bit. He was at Game 4, and he just said like SGA wouldn't even get touched. Like he'd literally make a move, not get touched, and they're called like the refs are like the refs are like salivating to blow the whistle. There was a fight last night in the Knicks Atlanta game where a ref got hit to the ground, and somebody from Bleacher Report put it on Twitter, said, weird that a member of the Thunder got knocked to the ground during the Knicks Hawks tussle because it was a ref. And it was like, that's what it is.
I love it.
Like, it's so dumb.
Well, it is wild. Like, it's like, how can you get fouled every time you go into the paint? I mean, it's like, it feels like Shea, like
if you've won an MVP, you can,
gets fouled or gets called a foul every time he drives into the lane. It's just like, there's no way that like it's a foul every time.
No.
That's frustrating.
Jeff in the 414-677-1250, the Nikolai Law talking text line. Jeff in the 414, not sure why teams are so interested in Giannis. Old, always hurt, and the Bucks want the world for him. It's interesting. 414 also chimes in. Why does it sound like Mitch wants Giannis gone so badly? Here's my deal.
Why do you want him gone so bad?
I don't want him gone so badly, but if he's gone, I want the most back. So I want San Antonio in on it. I want Orlando in on it. I want Miami in on it. I want Minnesota in on it. I want the Celtics in on it. I want every team possible to be bidding for Giannis so that the Bucks have options. And one of those options might be to keep Giannis. Yeah. But I want options that the Bucks can maximize the return on their investment if it comes to that. If, not when, if, because there is a chance, there is a universe that Giannis signs and Giannis takes the Supermax and stays in Milwaukee. There is that universe.
Yeah. I mean, if he's on, I mean, the opinion is if he's on this roster at the start of the season, he's signing that deal, right? I mean,
yes.
Yeah. Can we
and
address?
Eden's even said that. He said he won't be on the team unless he signs.
Can we address the 906?
Sure, do it.
LeBron, the worst thing to happen to the NBA. I never want him to win. Look, I totally get LeBron haters.
So because a lot of people, like you said, that Harden to SJ.
Yeah.
A lot of people will say LeBron walked so that all these guys could run.
Sure, I can get behind that. LeBron James, however, easily is like the coolest storyline in this postseason right now, playing with his kid and carrying the Lakers right now, easily. in a playoff that has terrible storylines.
If you look back, like I think it's one of those where maybe some people have some like a weird taste in their mouth, but like I do think if they keep advancing and it like ends up being something spectacular, like that's a cool story.
I also
like
think
you're not gonna have that story very often.
I would think that you could say the same thing about Steph Curry if you're going to do the same thing about LeBron James too. Steph Curry just not shooting two-pointers.
Steph Curry's kid is playing.
The way he changed the game,
like just one of the worst
Steph
things.
Curry changed the game, but I think you could argue.
You could argue for the worst. You could absolutely say for the worst.
No, you're right. You're absolutely right.
Because now, like this is why AJ Green gets massive contracts, right? Like he's just has to shoot threes. He doesn't have to drive. He doesn't have to pass. He just has to sit in the corner, wait and knock down a shot when it comes to him. Like Steph Curry did the same thing about changing the game, and the game is maybe not as popular as it's ever been right now as far as the sport of the NBA going, and that all began with the Warriors dynasty.
You're not wrong. I'm
surprised Ram hasn't called in.
Yeah, we will keep our eye on the NBA. But
I heard Warriors.
Kentucky Derby is this weekend, so we got to find out what Mason's drinking. Besides juleps, we know juleps, but is he putting on a fancy hat? Like, what's all the things going on? So we will do that during Mason's extra points.
Get Pat O'Donnell to make a Kentucky Derby inspired dad season hat.
Yeah, my buddy's dad season hat. So I got to get a Kentucky Derby dad season hat.
Derby talk coming up next here on the Mason Crosby Show.
What's on Mason Crosby's mind today?
Now I'm thinking.
It's time for Extra Points, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook on the Mason Crosby Show with Mitch Nellis.
Tell me what's on your mind.
On the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network.
Mason Thunder and Tommy, Mason Crosby.
I'm here.
I don't know why I talked.
Oh, there's Aaron.
Oh, at the Kentucky Derby.
Go team. Go
Where's
horses.
his hat?
I don't know. This is what Getty Images had,
Hey,
guys.
Every year we talk about it. Is horse racing a sport?
For the horses?
No, because horses aren't athletes.
I know.
Why not?
I love this
just to be human to be an athlete.
The jockeys.
Horses can be athletes. The jockeys
are
are not athletes.
What?
They are sitters. They sit.
So then you're saying so you don't think like a NASCAR driver is that a sport? Is NASCAR a sport?
No. No, it's
because it's not a living thing that they are driving in.
No, I don't think horse racing is a sport either.
The car is an athlete,
right? The car is the
Lightning
athlete.
McQueen was
the
an
car
athlete.
is the athlete.
Yeah, yeah.
What is happening?
The horses are not athletes because they're not humans. Cars are man-made.
Why can't horses be athletes?
No, Secretariat was not an athlete.
What was a Secretariat?
The horses are. I mean,
a horse is a horse, of course, unless, of course, a horse is the famous Mr. Ed.
I would say the horses are the athlete.
Right. I would agree.
The jockey is the coach.
Nope. The jockey is the sitter.
The
jockey sits.
They're the guide
and smacks.
They're
the smacker.
Yeah.
Could
smack that.
Because think about like steeplechase. Think like, the horse is jumping, doing all that. Like
that's athletic.
Horses are athletes.
Is the pair an athlete? No, the horses aren't athletes because the horses don't race without the jockey. Like if they really wanted to make the horses, no,
it's true. They wouldn't.
They
wouldn't.
It would.
You don't think you could get horses?
They would chew their cud. No.
You have to do it. You have to play an individual role in order to be an athlete. More like
the horse and the jockey as one. Like while the jockey's on the horse, that's the athlete.
Yeah,
it's a combined.
It's a
humanoid athlete.
It is a Minotaur athlete.
They are
centaur.
Yes.
Centaur.
It is a competition. It is a race.
It's a race.
It's a race.
Are jockeys more athletes than NASCAR drivers, or NASCAR drivers are more athletes than jockeys?
Ooh. Does part of being an athlete have to do with the inherent risk of danger and injury? Is that part of being an athlete?
I think it's
because
the work
NASCAR
and the
drivers
effort and the energy put in, and,
Yeah.
and like competing to try to win something.
And for both of them, it's obviously endurance. NASCAR drivers more so. That's an endurance situation.
Yeah.
Jockeys, like, you have to balance and know when to push, know when not to push. Like, there's a skill involved.
Do you sweat when
Like
you're
the
a
hand,
jockey?
the coordination.
I think you do sweat.
Imagine being
But
on
not
the back
from
of one of those
exertion.
horses, though.
Yeah.
Like the stress and the strain that it's putting on you as you are like racing.
Foreign
these
Force says
horses.
horse racing is a sport. WWE wrestling, absolutely not. It's sports entertainment, but they're
drivers
definitely
are athletes,
So
the
they are
race car
athletes,
drivers
but I
are.
don't think it's a sport.
They are athletes.
Yes. But
As
that
someone
doesn't mean
who
it's a
doesn't
sport.
care about WWE at all,
yeah.
they are athletes. Are they more athletic than jockeys?
That's more of a
golfers are-
show, though, too.
Right.
Like
That's
a
true. If
performance.
golfers are athletes, then race car drivers are, and I'm a golfer. I'm
Okay.
not. Golfers aren't athletes. It's golf.
Oh, that's wrong.
That's
It's
not true.
golf.
That's
They're
wrong.
competing to
Yes,
win
they're
an event.
competing.
They walk like
They're
miles.
competitors.
They're
I
competitors.
can walk miles.
No, like
No, I could walk miles.
you
Well,
could
the
not.
coordination,
I could.
the hand, like the swing, like it's
Right.
It
It's a
takes
skill.
a lot of work.
That's
and
a
energy
skill.
to be good at that.
You are
Absolutely.
more likely to sweat
It also
golfing
takes
from exertion.
It also takes skill to have really great calligraphy. Right? To be a calligrapher takes great
We
skill.
didn't have time with
It's not
Amon Green
sport.
to ask are esports, are those athletes?
Oh,
Oh,
that's
Oh,
more like a
gosh.
NASCAR driver. Like, you need to have great endurance
Yeah, like
because you're playing for
Mayan-
48 straight hours,
Yeah.
staying alive in a Fortnite tournament.
okay, nice.
Like, that's a
nice.
big
I
deal.
love this argument. We got to have this. Like, we need
We
a
should-
full segment
wait,
every
wait.
week on this.
Can you interview a horse after the race? No, they're not athletes.
Wait, that doesn't.
That's what that
That's
means.
that's your stipulation.
Anything involving true competition and skill is considered a sport. I don't know if that's true.
Chess? Is chess a sport?
No, it's a competition. It's not a sport.
But you can post-game interview a chess match. You can't post-game
Chess
interview a
is
horse.
not a sport.
car.
It is a board game.
Right. It's a
game.
competition.
Wow, it's a game.
Monopoly's not a sport, but I'll whoop your butt.
Is Monopoly and chess just the equivalents in the athletic/sports world? It's just a competition.
Connect Four. I will wreck you at Connect Four, bro.
Oh, straight up competition. Oh,
I'm
man,
gonna
I love this.
Hold on. By the way, there's 3 of us. You 2 are idiots. The freaking horse is a huge athlete, you dumbass. Just stop talking. You don't know what you're saying. Dan in the 715. Dan, I appreciate the passion.
I do too.
Yeah, that is fantastic.
Horses are not athletes.
Yep.
Confirmed.
We're all dumber having to listen to this. You guys are very ignorant. Let's see you idiots horse race or drive a car to an. I'm not saying I have that skill.
We're having fun.
I also
Relax,
can't calligraphy.
people.
Right.
It's a joke. It's
Man,
not
people are
that
so
serious.
mad.
Holy cow.
Yes. It's amazing.
I'm about to be a drinking
Right.
athlete here
Yeah.
very soon.
I also can't perform surgery.
Is
Okay,
it?
that doesn't make me a
I love
non-athlete
it.
because I can't perform.
This is the best
There's
way to
lots of
finish
things I can't
this
do.
Is
week.
going to the bathroom more athletic
Stop it. All right, let's
than being a horse race?
sometimes, man.
Mason,
That's
Mason,
stressful.
mint juleps. You
Yep.
you
We got a
Molly?
little wine, white wine. I'm
Nice.
gonna have a little bourbon. So
Nice.
just tasters though. Don't worry, we're
Yep.
not getting crazy on this Friday.
I'm going to a friend's house from Louisville tomorrow. They have an annual party, so I'll have a couple bourbons there. Can't wait.
All right.
That'll be
Well,
a
let's have
blast.
fun. Yeah.
Everybody have a great weekend. Take everything a little less seriously. He's
Enjoy
Tommy
your week.
Wirtz. I'm Mitch Nellis, the kicker, all-time leading scorer in Green Bay Packers history. He is Mason Crosby, and we are the Mason Crosby Show.
Mason has scored more than every horse.
I was
It's Mason Crosby.
He was.